Hello, radio listeners. Today on This American Life, we're going to be profiling an extraordinary American. Maybe you've heard of this gentleman. His name is
John Clum.
Yes, that's right, John Clum. So, we're going to be taking you all around the country to different places, different professions, different walks of life, and asking these people, have you met?
John Clum.
And you know what? We're going to hear some extraordinary stories about this extraordinary man. So stay tuned. Don't go away. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or a hot tea, maybe some Earl Grey and a crumpet, and cuddle up with your favorite blanket because we're going to take you on a journey today to meet this person.
John Clum.
All right, we'll be right back.
Would you care for a drink?
Oh, yes, I would. How about a Diet Coke, miss?
Okay.
Hey, you know what? We're on an Alaska Airlines flight right now, and I'm going to ask this flight attendant if she knows
John Clum.
John Clum. Okay, wait, she's getting me my Diet Coke.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Hey, we were wondering, I'm actually doing a piece right now for This American Life, and have you ever heard of a passenger named
John Clum.
Yes, I have.
Oh, well, could you take a minute and tell the camera, what kind of passenger is John Clum?
John Clum is a first class.
He is a first class. We have heard that about him. And on his flights, I know he flies a lot. What does John Clum do?
He reads books.
That is so extraordinary. And if you could sum up John Clum as a passenger, and probably as a human being as well, in one or two words, what would those words be?
Cool.
Could you say it again to the camera?
Cool.
That's really extraordinary. All right, thank you, and we'll let you get back to serving passengers.
Bye.
Hi, This American Life audience. Today, I've wandered into a home in the neighborhood of John Clum. The door was open, so I let myself in. I'm going to ask this nice gentleman here some questions about our extraordinary American. Hello. I wandered into your house, but I'm actually part of an interview team from This American Life, and we're profiling an extraordinary American. Have you ever heard of anybody named
John Clum.
Oh, I know him. He's my neighbor a couple blocks down the street.
Wow, a couple blocks down the street, and yet here you are experiencing the goodness of John Clum, aren't you?
Yes. He's out working in the yard, mowing my lawn and clipping my ivy, so I get to relax and drink Coke.
Well, that is wonderful. That's what we've heard about John Clum. What about, this trail mix here? I think I've seen that somewhere before.
This trail mix, it was actually a souvenir from John Clum from Colorado.
That is wonderful. We've heard that he's a very giving and generous person. And as I throw out all those extraordinary adjectives, I'm thinking, do you have some words that you could use to describe John Clum, even just one or two?
Well, this is actually not a tough one for me. All I'd say is hardworking, helpful, and kind.
That does sum him up. And just a quick side question for you, Ned. I'm wondering, who is that man over there?
Oh, that's my brother Ed. Ed, put down the golf stick thing.
All right. Well, camera cue here. On that note, we are going to say goodbye to Ned and go in search of some other people who have been influenced and affected by this extraordinary American.
Ed, no.
John Clum. Cut. Hello, This American Life audience. Now we are at a store called Winco. We've heard that this is one of John Clum's favorite shopping locations. I'm just going to interrupt this clerk for a moment and see if I can find out something about this extraordinary American. me?
Yes.
Hi. Oh, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Shirley.
And I'm assuming you work here at
Oh, yes.
at Winco.
Winco. See? Winco.
That's excellent, Shirley. Well, I'm with This American Life on NPR, and we want to find out a little bit of information about an extraordinary American named.
John Clum.
Do you know John Clum?
Oh, yes. He's in Isle 9 right now.
Look at he's here right now, even. Well, what can you tell us about John Clum?
Well, he's very generous, and he loves to buy these.
Oh wow! Look at that. What is that, Shirley?
Oh, it's beef roast.
Oh, and would he just buy one, or?
Oh no, he'd buy 3.
That's John Clum. And what else are some of John Clum's favorite products here at Winco?
Oh, ice cream. Ice cream.
Yeah. Would you know his favorite flavor?
Not really. He likes all of them.
That is true. I heard that. How about other things? What does he usually buy for his grandkids, like on Saturday mornings?
Oh, donuts. Every Saturday morning he picks them up.
That's sweet. Why am I talking with a southern accent? Well, Shirley, any other words that you have for John Clum?
Well, I don't know.
Does he call you by name?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I've heard that about John Clum. Always knows the clerk's name.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Shirley. I don't want to keep you from restocking all these items that John Clum must have been looking at. Or are you bagging these up for him right now?
Yes.
That's so great. And they don't even usually bag things at Winco. Sometimes for John Clum, maybe. All right. That's it for now. Thanks, Shirley.
Yeah. Bye.
Hi, This American Life audience. Today, actually tonight, I am out in the wilds of South King County. I've been looking for a hunter that might know,
John Clum.
and I think I found one. I've brought my own camouflage so that I don't distract the hunter from what he's doing or scare off prey that might be in the area. Oh, he's ready. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for people that might be acquainted with an extraordinary American named
John Clum.
Oh, yes, John Clum. Yeah, that whitetail just ran off there. Thanks a lot, but there's plenty out here. They're around every bush, practically. John Clum, I've known him for probably, 15 years. He's been coming out to these parts. We thought he was a coaster, but turns out he's a pretty cool dude. He comes out here and kills deer, sometimes 2 at a time. Oh, never point a gun at someone. That's what John Clum taught me. Keep my gun up like this. Anyway, John, he takes a deer out of our land here, and he'll string it up in our front yard and right bleed it out on my wife's gnomes. Even he's quite a dude, and he's got a Starbucks. Anyway, I can't say enough about John. He always brings deer jerky, and he taught me to keep white teeth. Really white teeth, and that's real important. Yeah, the white teeth, you gotta show them when you talk like this. Anyway.
So back to John Clum.
Oh yeah.
Hope you're not a smoker.
No, I quit. My lungs are shot though, but.
I bet John Clum helped you with that.
Yeah. John's a good guy. I can't say enough. He's quite the hunter. He brings his son out here and shoots the doe that was eaten out of my apple tree. It kind of made me a little upset, but I gave him some apples too. Anyway, what are you guys doing out here anyway? John's not here.
Oh, John's not here. Well, I just saw him at Winco a little bit ago. But we're trying to just cover the globe and find out more about this extraordinary American. So what if you tried to sum it up in a word or two, this man, John Clum? How would you describe him for the American people, our listening audience?
One word. He ain't no poacher, but he knows how to coach. He's a coacher.
He's a coacher, but not a poacher.
Oh yeah, good coacher.
All right.
All right, go
And
get that barbecue.
I didn't get your name.
I think I was Ned or Ed.
Oh,
That guy's brother, right?
we might have met your relatives in John's
Well, I
neighborhood.
gotta get back to hunting.
Okay, we'll let you go.
You guys go on.
We'll be back with more interviews about John Clum. Hi, NPR listeners. Wow, look at this deer jerky I got from my last interview. Good stuff. I heard that John Clum smoked this. It's good. Oh, I've got another person to interview here. We found a farm boy here that I think might know. What's that guy's name?
John Clum.
Yeah, our extraordinary American. Hi, young man. What's your name?
Hello, my name's Farmer Clum.
Farmer Clum. By any chance, are you related to John Clum?
Possibly a very distant relative, but I don't know. I've heard of him though. He's a farmer legend.
Ah, yes. I've heard that he is an extraordinary American and an extraordinary farmer. Tell me a little bit about what makes John Clum an extraordinary farmer.
Well, one thing is he doesn't do it on like an acre of land. He does it in his own backyard. Here's some examples of what he can plant. A giant pineapple.
Wow, and pineapples aren't native to this area.
Crazy, right? This crazy, like, warty gourd. Potatoes, always. And he always lets me borrow some seeds.
Generous guy.
Yes.
What's that over there?
This is a blackberry jam jar. He can pick blackberries really fast. He's the fastest I know.
Well,
And
you know, I'd heard that he was a renowned mint picker back in the day in Oregon. Is that true?
yes, all legends are true, I believe.
Yeah, legends aren't just legends with John Clum. Well, how about if you summed up in a word or two John Clum when you think of him as a farmer and whatnot?
Extraordinary and generous.
Words I've heard before. Well, thank you, young Clum lad, farmer boy. And we're going to be moving on to find some more people to talk about John Clum. But would you like some deer jerky before I go?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, bye.
Welcome to the Hampton Inn. Do you have a reservation with us?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I don't. But I am working with This American Life, NPR. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
It's a great program, isn't it? And we are spanning the globe today looking for people who might know John Clum. I'm wondering, here at the Hampton Inn, do you know John Clum?
Yes, actually, he's a regular here at many of our ones around the nation.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, I'm just going to span down here to this platter. Can you tell me a little bit about this? Does this have anything to do with John Clum?
Well, he actually is staying here at the moment, and he was here a minute ago, but now I notice the cookies are gone, most of them.
Oh, what would you say about him when it comes to cookies and the Hampton Inn?
He likes our cookies.
He likes hot cookies. Yes. Perhaps a fellow with a bit of a sweet tooth. Well, do you have, a word or two that you might be able to employ to describe John Clum? John Clum, the Hampton Inn world traveler, hotel customer.
Well, I'd say he's cheerful, and he always leaves his room nice.
That's hard to come by these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're going to be moving on to find some other people that might have encountered John Clum. Do you ever have strange customers here at your hotel? I'm not sure I feel comfortable staying here. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and hope you have some cookies in the
Go
oven.
bake some new cookies.
Yes.
The Beavers are by far the best team to ever play on the face of the Pacific Northwest.
What are you talking about? The Ducks beat them like 48-17 last time they played.
Hey, who beat Arizona State 2 weeks ago? I'd like to see the Ducks.
Excuse me.
Argue about Arizona.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm a little uncomfortable in this.
Beaver fan, yes.
Trying to fit in. I'm with NPR and This American Life. Have you ever heard of that program?
Of course, NPR is a great show. All Oregon State fans know NPR. I doubt the Ducks have ever heard of it.
I heard of it.
Well, I'm a little out of my element here in the sports scene.
Go Bees.
But we are profiling an extraordinary American, and I'm wondering if you two gentlemen, what are your names again?
Ned.
No, it's Phil and Bill.
Ah, yeah. Well, Ned's my dad's name.
There's a resemblance. Have you ever heard of an alumni of the Beavers?
You mean
John
Clum?
You know who
man.
I'm searching for.
Legendary fan. The Oregon State Beavers.
Wow. Well, what makes him a special fan?
Oh.
Why do people know him?
I mean, he gave me these underwear. I mean, everything John Clum owns. Oh, come on, Ducks. Come on. No, they try. Everything John owns is Oregon State Beaver color. Even his car is black. His license plate rim is Oregon State. His socks, his underwear, as I showed you, even his hunting vest, and last but not least, his hats that say World Champions. 2 years in a row.
Dude, that was baseball. No one watches college baseball these days.
Anyway, John Clum, he's taught me so much about being a good fan, being loyal, and especially how to cut down little boys that like the Ducks.
This guy knows nothing. He's got a lot to learn, but maybe someday he'll be a fan like me and John Clum.
I've heard that John Clum, he accepts everyone, duck or beaver. Isn't that true?
Maybe, but I learned more about being a fan. I mean, who wears lights like this? Huh? I learned that from John Clum.
All right. Well, we're going to move on now, gentlemen, but pleasure to drop in on your game and your debate and to hear more about John Clum. Action. Hey, NPR listeners. We're back to the final installment of our search for who is John Clum. And we've come to the home of his grandchildren, at least 3 of his grandchildren, maybe 4, because there's a couple other extraordinary grandchildren down in Phoenix, Arizona. But today we're with, who are we with? Tell us your names.
Cosette, Bia,
And Blaze.
Excellent. And, who is this one here?
this is Lulu, Luna.
Ooh. Ah! Well, so much for her. All right, so we just want to wrap things up with a quick comment from each of you. When you think of Grandpa John, what comes to mind? What do you have to say? Cosette?
Well, I always think of how me and Grandpa always plant the garden together and washed his cars.
Yes, indeed. Memorable and special. And how about this one, Bia? Let's pass that mic on over. Thank you, ma'am.
Warm, loving hugs.
Oh, yes, indeed. Excellent. And to the last one here.
My favorite thing to do with Grandpa was to go on bike rides around the neighborhood with him. That'd always be fun. And I like how he always keeps his word.
Pretty cool. All right, guys. Well, this has been a great time exploring the world of John Clum, meeting the people of John Clum, and we're going to sign this off. Until next time, NPR viewers, keep exploring your world and looking for extraordinary people like John Clum.
Happy birthday, Grandpa John!